Drink soy milk, oat milk, rice milk, almond milk. Don't steal milk from a cow. Be vegan, start right now. Follow that vegan teacher, she will show you how. Hello students, and welcome to class. As I look at all of your comments here in kind of podcast style, just going through them one at a time in random order. So Batman is writing to me. Wow. That is pretty exciting. I didn't even know that Batman knew who I was. I guess I must be pretty popular. All right, let's read the comment. Okay, so it says, hello, vegan teacher. You should respond to DJ Cook. Maybe you will become popular again. Okay, well, this is interesting. So I'm popular, but I'm not popular. And you want me to review a DJ who is a cook. Can you give me a little more information? Is this a good DJ? Like, do they play a lot of disco and funk music? Because that would be really fun. Oh my God, I would love to do that, a cooking show with a DJ cooking vegan food. Oh yeah, definitely. If this person is vegan, let me know for sure. Check the label, check the label, check the label. If it's vegan, it's okay. Check the label, check the label. If it's vegan, the animals will say, hooray! Here's another comment. This one says, in Islam, it also said, animals don't go to hell or heaven. So, okay. If that's what you say, I guess you know that religion more than I do. As far as I know, though, every religion wants us to be good, right? And no religion mandates that we eat animals. That means no religion says that you have to. So, as long as your religion is helping you to be a good person, to not pay anyone to hurt animals, for example, great! Jesus is vegan now and God is too. If you want to get to heaven, you better be vegan too. Fuck milk, cheese, eggs, or any kind of meat. Buy broccoli, tofu, and vegan food to eat. God wants us to be kind to the animals, or it's true. You risk getting roasted on the devil's barbecue. Plagues writes, first you talked with God on a banana. Okay, you're thinking of my channel when I was on TikTok and I was talking on my banana phone to God. Yeah, what's the problem? Second, you said that God and Jesus were vegan, disrespecting some religions. No, I'm not disrespecting a religion. A religion is an object. Religion doesn't have feelings. And third, now you said that God doesn't exist. Logic. Okay, well, it sounds like you're having a hard time to follow. So I'm not sure that I want to go into a long explanation, but essentially it's this. I cannot see you. I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're 9 years old or 99 years old. So I have people of all ages who watch my channel. Some of them enjoy the fact that I have a sense of humor. Others enjoy the fact that I bawl my eyes out when I see animals who are suffering. Other people are just fascinated with the ups and downs of the channel. Sometimes it is more popular than other times. And they also find it fascinating that I'm consistently here. Consistently. Always speaking out on behalf of the animals. Some people are very curious and they want to learn. And other people are vegan and they just find some kind of strength in seeing me here day after day. Some people view me as a grandmother. Some people actually ask me on dates. Other people in shopping centers want to have their picture taken with me. I have a wide variety of people who like me or don't like me for whatever reason. So every day I wake up and I think to myself, what do I feel like doing? Which demographic would I like to appeal to today? And that's why it seems like I'm all over the place, because I am. Because I don't know who you are or what you want, and I don't know what's going to make you change. All I care about is that you learn the truth about the animals, whatever way that takes. And hopefully you're going to educate yourself by watching the important documentaries. And if you don't, and you're really not interested in learning, there's really not much I can do. but thanks for being here. Beautiful bananas. Beautiful bananas. Beautiful bananas. This looks like it is from one of my moderators. I can tell by the way that the name is written, or at least the person wants to be a moderator. And the person says, prayers for the people of Ukraine and Russia and the factory animals. And in this case, yes, I agree that we must think about them and try our best to help everyone. There are vegans in the Ukraine right now who are suffering, who are watching their dogs and cats being taken away, or who cannot take care of them, and it is absolutely heartbreaking for them. It is heartbreaking for everyone who is around animals to see them suffer. And I want to say thank you to everyone who's doing their best to try to help the animals who are in despair 24/7 all around the world. So thank you for caring. Beautiful broccoli. Beautiful broccoli. Beautiful broccoli. Here's another comment from looks like another moderator, Ava, who's 16 years old, who writes, "Hi, vegan teacher. Love your videos. Just so you know, I'll be away for a week, so I won't be able to mod your chat until I come back. Have a vegan day." Well, I will certainly have a vegan day, Ava, and thank you very much for being a moderator, and I hope you have fun wherever you are, and I look forward to you returning to come back to the site to help teach vegan facts. It is so, so appreciated. The animals, thank you so much for all the work you do here on this channel. Okay, another comment. This is by I don't know who says, plants are living too. To which I respond immediately, plants don't feel pain. They don't have a brain. They don't have a nervous system, so it's okay to bite into them. You have a heart. You know where to start. So sing this song and be vegan from now on.
Run, run, run from humans. They're trying to stab you. They're trying to murder you, to call you bacon and burn you in a frying pan.
This comment is by Joanne. She is a vegan animal rights activist. She is a moderator here on this channel, actually. And I ask that moderators, whenever possible, write their names like she did. So first name, underscore, vegan, as kind of a family name, if you wish, because we don't want to give out too much personal information. And then just the city and the country and the person's age. This way we can kind of picture where people are in the world, whether they're on the East Coast or West Coast or in another country. And all of these words should be joined by an underscore. So thank you very much, Joanne, for that. Now let's read what you have to say. Joanne writes, there are many vegan options for dogs. Occasionally, we let our dogs try different ones so they can choose their favorite. So that's cool. I didn't realize that you had several dogs. That's really great. And that they're all vegan. That's amazing. Joanne writes that today they tried V-Dog, Breath Bones, Min's Plant Powdered Dog Chews, V-Dog Kind Kibble, Mini Bites, Plant Powered Nutrition, and Nature's Recipe Original Stew Vegetarian Recipe Dog Food. Wow, that's a lot of different stuff. All three were a hit. Cool. Both dogs, okay, you have two, gave them a paws up. They actually wave their paws when they like something. So thank you very much for that, Joanne. I love hearing a little bit about your life, and it's great to see that your dogs are vegan and doing well and thriving. Thank you.
No need to ask me why my dog is vegan. Instead, ask yourself why yours is not. No need to ask me why my dog is vegan. Instead, ask yourself why yours is not. Vegan dogs are healthy. Vegan dogs are happy. Vegan dogs can thrive. Vegan dogs are healthy. Vegan dogs are happy. So why pay for murder? Keep all the animals alive.
Next up is Ruthless, who writes, don't ever talk shit about Pride Month. Okay. I don't know who did that, but I agree with you. We shouldn't be making fun of Pride Month. I have, however, said that we should be careful about being too prideful, that it is one of the cardinal sins, one of the 7 deadly sins, so to speak, and it's just not a good idea to brag about something that you really had nothing to do with. For example, I would never brag about being Canadian. I was just born in this country. It's an accident. I didn't do anything great. I was just born here. That's it. I would never be proud to be bisexual. It's just something that I'm born with. I would never be proud to have 10 fingers or gray hair or to be a grandmother. None of it. These are just things that have happened to me. We should be proud about things that we do, things that we do to help others, the world at large, the environment, the animals. We should be proud when we go out of our way to do hard things for others. That's when we should be proud. We can, of course, also be proud if we go out of our way to do something that will better us as a human. For example, get ourselves into good shape or eat more vegetables, things like that, that will help us because then we can help others. But to be proud, for example, that the hockey team that you are cheering on won is ridiculous because you had nothing to do with them winning or things like that. Anyway, let's keep reading. It says here, Pride Month is the one true time in the year where we, I think you mean get, to truly embrace who we are. I think you mean to the world, I think you're trying to say. I disagree with that. You can embrace who you are at any time you want to. You don't need a specific day or a month to do that. Then he goes on, I guess, or she says, I genuinely think that all of this stuff about being a vegan and supposedly bisexual is all just for attention. Okay, so I have stated that I am bisexual, and I would challenge you to try to say why I would do that for attention. It's absolutely ridiculous. I've known that I've been bisexual since I was very, very small, and it's not a big deal. I was just born that way in the same way that I was born with 2 legs and 2 hands and 2 eyes. Like, it's just part of me. That's it. Then they go on, I can completely understand if you didn't get any when you were younger. Yet, not sure what you're referring to there. Not sure what this has to do with anything. But then the person goes on and says, but don't go online saying shit about stuff you don't even half understand. Well, one day I would probably maybe do a video about my entire experience about bisexuality, but I just don't see how it has any relevance. But if people seem interested in that, let me know in the comments and I will tell you a little bit more about my story, which was kind of interesting, actually. Be proud when you help others, when you care beyond yourself. Be proud when you help others, when you care beyond yourself. Henry says, the reason we have Pride Month is the same reason we have Women's History Month, because they were discriminated against. Okay, they were discriminated against at one time, and some might argue that they still are, and it's okay to have a month where we talk about it, same as Women's History Month. We also have Black History Month. There's nothing wrong with talking about things, but we don't need a specific day or a month to do that. If we're talking about discrimination, we should be talking about that as a regular feature, because discrimination is wrong, whether it be towards the LGBTQ community or any people of any skin color or towards older people, discrimination against young people, women, anyone.
Love animals, eat plants. Be brave, be kind, be loved, be vegan.
Henry Clark writes, so does our favorite teacher support bisexual people that aren't vegan? Depends what you mean by support. Do I support any meat eaters? No. Do I support anyone who pays for the rape and the torture and the confinement and the murder of innocent animals? No. Do I support anyone who wears fur or cuts the fur off another being? No. And you should also not support anyone who is cruel, no matter what community they're from. Beautiful berries, beautiful berries, beautiful berries. Continuing with the comments in no particular order, just whatever kind of popped out. Simon writes, God doesn't screw up. You should be ashamed for saying such a thing. God does love us and every other animal on the planet. He will never abandon us, ever. Okay, well, you're entitled to your feelings about the subject. I personally think that God screws up a lot, and I think that God has abandoned us. I don't know if God exists. Do I still talk to God? Yes, because God, in my view, is the best of everything. When I talk to God, I talk about the goodness. I don't talk about a God who doesn't help down here to end so much suffering. I don't talk about a God who created a world where lions eat zebras. That God is messed up and cruel. But we're stuck with this planet. We're stuck with the way things are. And so I appeal to what is best in any religion. That's why I change religions often. If your religion is telling you to be cruel to animals, you also need to change religions. If your religion is telling you that 2 lesbians or 2 gay people should not be allowed to marry, you should also change religions. If your religion is telling you to do anything cruel, anything, leave. It's as simple as that. Go and find another religion for that time. You can return back to your religion when they've settled down or when they're talking about another subject. I find value in many different religions. But I've also let it be known that I am extremely against circumcision of baby boys, just for purely aesthetic or religious reasons. I find it is barbaric. I've seen it done as a registered nurse when they pin down a child in a plastic tray with Velcro on his arms and his legs, screaming with a bright light on him, and proceeded to cut off the tip of his penis. I thought it was barbaric and terrible. Absolute child abuse, no doubt in my mind for 1 second. And I felt that way ever since. I saw that happening when I was 16 years old. Today, as I speak, I'm 57 years old, and I've never stopped being traumatized by it, and I've never stopped speaking out against it. I find it fascinating, for example, when someone like Ben Shapiro says that he is against abortion, but he is an Orthodox Jew and he never says anything about what the custom is that they do to baby boys, which is absolutely brutal. It should be abolished. It should be considered a crime. It is clear genital mutilation. And if little boys grow up and want circumcision done to their body parts, they should be allowed to choose for themselves when they're 18 and not have a parent do it to them, in the same way that we should not allow parents to tattoo their children. It's the same. Leave animals alone and leave little babies alone. Don't cut people for no reason. If you want to know a little bit more about circumcision, by the way, you can go and watch a documentary called American Circumcision. You can just Google it and find it. You have no right to cut baby boys. You have no right to cut baby boys. Next up is Docta, who says, the vegan teacher is actually smarter than you think. Okay, well, thank you for that. But you know, the smartest people know that they're not smart. I have so much to learn. This is why I never understand how anyone can possibly see that they're bored in their life. I am never bored for 1 single second. I know nothing. I have so much to learn. I mean, just look at this video. I could spend another 2 or 3 years learning about editing. I could learn everything there is to know about nutrition. That's another few years right there. I could study history. There is so much history that you could never, ever stop studying it. I could study science. I mean, the list is endless. When I was in school, I actually had very average marks. I had to work very hard to study and to get good grades. Whereas my brother and sister, they both skipped a grade in school and they were just naturally able to pick things up a little bit more. I had to work at everything that I got, all my grades. I had to read and I had to have cue cards and I had to study them over and over and over. That's all I've got going for me, perseverance. So this person says, you're just saying you're bisexual so that you don't look homophobic, but you are homophobic, that is. To everyone else, happy Pride Month. Okay, well, I find that kind of strange. Would you go up to a gay person and say, you're not gay, you're just pretending to be? I mean, it's just kind of weird. So I don't know what else to say. Okay, so like I said, I'm just looking at these in whatever order they appear. Somebody writes, oh my fucking God, being vegan has nothing to do with Pride Month. And again, I repeat that it has everything to do with veganism. Everything has to do with veganism, everything to do with the environment, everything to do with the economy, everything to do with animals, everything to do with food, everything to do with ethics and morals. It's all tied into veganism. If you are standing there at the Pride Parade, biting into the flesh of an animal who died begging for their lives, standing there, eating a chicken wing, or any other kind of animal or animal product, you bet that I will call you out on it. Don't tell me how oppressed you are while you are stepping on the neck of someone else who is actually oppressed, in ways that you would never, ever experience in your lifetime. Most of you don't bother to watch the important documentaries, but the people who do finally get it. So, once again, go and watch Dominion and learn the truth.
Go vegan. This is an animal who didn't want to die. This is vegan food, you should give it a try. This was someone's baby that should make you cry. This is vegan food, it should make you smile. It's something you should buy.
Here's one by Alexander who says, you knew you were bisexual at 5. First of all, you're 100% homophobic. You're just trying to cover it up by saying you're bisexual. Okay, well, we've been over this before. That's just nonsense. Second, I didn't even know what bisexual was at 5. I didn't have serious feelings for anyone at 5, so I find it hard to believe that you did. Okay, well, I will explain that. When I was 5 years old, I had a little crush on a girl named Natalie. I thought she was really cute. And of course, when you're 5, you don't have sexual feelings, but it was more love. It was wanted to sit close to her. I wanted to cuddle up with her. I wanted her to be my partner for everything. And this just went on all the time. It was always either switching between a boy or a girl. And this just went on all the way into my teens. And it hasn't changed. The only thing that's changed is that I want to be and enjoy being in a monogamous relationship. So presently, I am married and I'm perfectly happy with that. Just don't act out any bisexual feelings because that is not right in a marriage. Unless you and your partner agree and you have an open marriage and you are able to be mature enough to make that decision with whoever else is around, that's different. Okay, then the person goes on and says, I could be totally wrong with that accusation, but you're definitely homophobic. Okay, so yeah, you are wrong and no, I'm not. Let's see what Matt says here. All right, so Matt is a vegan animal rights activist here on this channel. And you can see by his name, he is from North Carolina. He's an American and he's 13 years old. He writes, it's hilarious how you're labeling others homophobic while at the same time you're implying that her sexuality is invalid. Thank you, Matt, for saying that. You are absolutely right and wise for your age. Matt goes on to say that your experience does not determine the experiences of others. And once again, you're absolutely right, Matt. And you see, this is why I do not discriminate against people on my channel. There are many vegan animal rights activists who are highly intelligent, educated, and open-minded. So if you're 13 or you're 93, you are welcome here as long as you're an ethical vegan. And if you write your name the same way that Matt did, then you are absolutely welcome to be a moderator on this channel. And when I see you teaching people vegan facts and being ethical and moral and consistent and following the things that I say, then you will be able to be recognized and I will make you into moderator. So thanks again, Matt, for all the hard work that you do on a consistent basis here.
Tofu scramble, it's so easy to do, woo-hoo. Eating eggs is so last century, nobody needs to, so here's what you do. Mash tofu, green onions, and celery in a pan, add black salt, turmeric, and spices, yes you can. Mix in some vegan mayo, mix in some vegan mayo, now mix in a salty pickle, yeah, that's the way to go, oh, ooh. Tofu scramble, it's so easy to do, woo-hoo. Learn how to make it, cause saving animals will make them happy and will make you happy too. The egg industry's just a cycle of misery. Let's make the animal holocaust history. The egg industry's just a cycle of misery. Let's make the animal holocaust history. Tofu scramble, it's so easy to do. Woohoo! Learn how to make it, cause saving animals will make them happy and will make you happy too.
Okay, and Tanya says, not gonna lie, you should react to cooking with lamb. Okay, I'm not sure why you're saying not gonna lie. What does lying have to do with it? Why would you lie? And no, thank you. I have no desire to react to a channel like that. But if anyone here ever really wants me to respond to something, you'll need to write the reasons why. How will it help veganism to respond to such a channel, for example? If you think that hurting baby sheep is wrong, I encourage you to make your own videos about it. That would be great.
If aliens came to Earth and really wanted to eat you, would you say, no problem, and let them take a bite out of your mom and dad too? If you wouldn't want aliens to hurt you, then leave the animals alone. Don't eat them, don't wear them, don't use them, or take over their home. Leave the animals the fuck alone.
Another comment here says, I will never go vegan. I mean, I eat vegetables and fruits, but that doesn't mean I need to go vegan. And my response to that is, yes, you will go vegan one day if you keep learning. If you never learn, you never watch the documentaries, there's a chance that you will not return to your roots. Remember, you were born vegan, so all you have to do is return.
Orange, you pretty, orange, you pretty, orange, you pretty, my vegan snack. Orange, you beautiful, orange, you beautiful, orange, you beautiful, my vegan snack.
Someone else writes, the government is already being hard on us this year. Don't add to it. I don't know what you're referring to. I don't know which country you live in. I don't know which part of the world you're in. I don't know how old you are. I'm not sure what the complaint is. But you're here on the internet. You are typing. The animals are suffering right now. Actual physical pain. You have access to the internet and a computer. You're doing not so badly. If you're not in a cell somewhere, behind bars for a crime that you never committed, you're doing okay. If you're not terrified for your life right now, like the pigs are who are on their way to gas chambers, I don't think you can go on about how hard your life is this year. I don't know you personally, but I'm willing to bet that you're probably just fine.
Being vegan doesn't mean that you just do your best not to eat, wear, or use animals. Being vegan also means you bravely speak out to defend them.
Someone else writes, I don't eat pigs. I'm not sure why you're telling us that. Is that supposed to impress me? You're eating other animals every day, 3 times a day, their body, their flesh, their secretions, their stolen eggs. It's irrelevant if you don't eat pigs. If you're eating twice as many chickens, and you're eating cows, and you're stealing the eggs, and you're eating honey, and you're wearing leather or fur or feathers or any other body parts that were stolen from animals. So I'm not sure how to respond to this.
End speciesism, end speciesism, end speciesism, be kind to the animals. End vegan phobia, end vegan phobia, end vegan phobia, be kind to the activists. Dance if you're vegan, hands up if you're vegan. Think you can't do it? Try it, you can. Yeah.
So like I said, we're jumping all over the place depending on what the order was that these comments came in. I just kind of grabbed whatever ones and stuck them here. So here someone says, Lauren says, you're one of those women who are like, I'm bisexual, but I would never date a woman. First of all, one of the things I would advise you to do, Lauren, is not to make statements, but rather to ask a question, because clearly you don't know what you're talking about and you're just making yourself look silly. So next time, just ask me and I will say, no, Lauren, you're wrong. And I don't need to explain myself further here.